channel. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get started. That if y'all know what you want to see, so I apologize. Live, you got just like with TikTok, because people will say hi on there, or here, no joke. If you like jokes about me, okay, those of my special, we couldn't do it yesterday. So they're currently, fixing the problem. So again, with the streaming, like all a lot of things. And if that many people decide not to join, YouTube Live, I understand because of my delay with trying to get on and stuff like that. So guys, I apologize for being so late. And plus, Raw did went a little bit longer than expected, but still, with the Wi-Fi and stuff. So hopefully, very soon we will get that, fixed and don't have to worry about, multi things. But what we're gonna talk about today, and I know the people that was on live on Twitch and also on my personal TikTok page. So we're gonna talk about the results of TNA Slammiversary. Um, Also we're gonna talk about some Bucks news, well some Bucks talk. We should say that. Also see how Superman is doing in his second week in the boss office. Then talk about more about like movie stuff too, and stuff that's going on here in the city, that stuff that's getting developed and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get to it. So well, with TNA Slammiversary yesterday, I could see some of the matches. I did saw the countdown, so I saw the full hour of that, but I couldn't see most. I can see some of the matches, but not all of them. Because yeah, it's crazy enough that somebody on YouTube was streaming it. I'm not saying who, but yeah, they ended up streaming it, and like I caught the main event. So although I didn't catch anything else, like some of the matches, because somebody was there and they like recorded it all some of the matches on there, and hopefully they don't get like shut down or anything like that. Because you know how some places be like when of course record matches and stuff like that. But anyway, so let's get to the match in alphabetical order. So I'm not going to rate the PLE, the pay per view. I'm not going to rate it, or I'm not going to grade it either because I didn't see it entirely. So I apologize. Marie Pierre Pa, welcome to the live. Appreciate it. Okay, so now let's get to the Elegance brand defending their knockout tag titles, going against the Inspiration, and yeah, I did see some of this, and of course, a lot of interference and stuff like that. with oh, they call her M by Elegance. Here was on the show. Elegance brand still not too up, not too upset or anything like that, but it was kind of the norm. So, hopefully, at one point, the inspiration will get their rematch. Some of y'all that's watching right pre-recorded episode, so what's going on. A match they added in last minute on the countdown was the hometown man going against Eric Young, and I think Eric Young was going to win. That's what I thought. Hey Stephanie, welcome to the channel, and appreciate that like so far from whoever did it. And if you guys, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you like today's video, please give it a like. Please subscribe though. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. When we get close to that, I will announce, a giveaway or prize package that we're going to do when we hit 1,000. And after that, we are going to do continuing, giveaways, prize package, or whatever the case may be. So please subscribe, and hopefully, welcome to the channel. I appreciate. But anyways, so just to throw that out there. So you want to shout out? Just say hi on here, and I will give you a shout out. Same thing with you guys on TikTok, and also you guys that's watching on Twitch. Young, which the one. Welcome to the live. I appreciate you checking us out. Um, yeah, so hometown man ended up being Eric Gunn. So kind of a shocker. So I think this thing, with hometown man and Eric Gunn ain't gonna be over. So it's probably still beginning. So I didn't get where they had the fourth rope thing in this last match of the countdown. I thought it was something like a group or something like that. It's actually a wrestling promotion. I think it's by the rapper. I think he's called himself West Side Gun, and I think he has a partner in this too. So I don't know where they were showing it or where it's located, so I do not know. Um, Wizzo Davis, Zero U, welcome to the live. I appreciate it. Appreciate you checking us out. Um, but yeah, although this 6-man tag was got out of control, but I think the biggest pop was when everybody was happy to see Zilla Pop 2. Well, of course, everybody already Enzo, also known as Real One. But I think everybody, was happy about that. And no, all chaos got loose. So it ended up being Real One, Zilla Pop 2, and Josh Bishop going against Jake Something, Steve Macklin, and Vance Warner. And it's just the end of close to the end of the match. It just got all getting along and they end up, costing them the victory. So yeah, just all craziness and yeah, that was a good match as well. So now we on to the main card. Like I said, I did not see this match, so I'm just gonna. I just heard about some of the stuff that happened, but I don't know who won. So it was Cedric Alexander, making his TNA pay per view debut, going against Mustafa Ali with the Order 4, and watching TNA this past couple of weeks, with this feud is Cedric Alexander was trying to save the rest of them from from Mustafa Ali, and they decided, oh, we're just gonna go back and realign with him. Like seriously, I don't know. It's just one of those things that just did not make any sense. So that's crazy. Wow. And there's stuff like that. I don't know. Just don't make any sense. But Mustafa Ali end up, winning the match, beating Cedric Alexander. So yeah, don't like it. But I guess, do what you can. Um yeah, of course, Joe Hendry had an interview. Some of this I saw too, from somebody's, YouTube channel. I didn't ending of it. But yeah, the system and Matt Cardona joined teaming up against NXT's Dark State, because it seems like they've been in. So like I said, I saw some system actually. So this is actually the first time either in NXT or TNT defeated Dark State. So yeah, this is a first, but still good as well. So okay, injury report. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yep, okay. Myron Reed, know, I don't know. It's like in between, with the interference and stuff like that. You have Victoria Crawford like on her corner. So I was thinking it was gonna be like a low chance that Indy Hartwell was gonna win, but I did pick win anyway. And Indy Hartwell did win. So yeah. And I bet you it seemed like it probably was a very interesting match too. So, kind of sucks I didn't see it, but I know we probably for people that's on got like TNA Plus, we gotta wait for like a month to like rewatch it if you want to. Um, but yeah. Um, oh, okay. Santino remove Tessa Blanchard from the building. I guess after the match. And the inspiration vote to even the playing field against Elegance Brand this Thursday on TNA Impact Live. So, oh, okay, it's gonna be live this Thursday. Interesting. So, maybe they have some people, some people on their corner, but just a wait and see. Okay, interview. Oh, Master Slamovich wants to do it alone, which kind of like cost. Well, I wouldn't say in a lot of chaos in the end. A lot of interference, from fatal influence. So Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts champion, is defending her title against NXT's JC Jane, which is she's defending the NXT title, women's title as well. So yeah, all the craziness that's going on. So I had to pick. It was like hold like both titles, and it would be in TNA's favor at least. Um, or brand as part of NXT, you know. So JC Jane got the TNA Knockouts title, and also ended up retaining the NXT Women's title. So yeah, I know they did celebrate. I think they celebrated at the end too. So yeah, the Teenage Knockouts World Championship, and I know some people will probably would be upset, with that. We'll get more. So I didn't see this match either. With the X Division title being on see the full match, especially from both guys like Musa and Leon Slater. So there's something that Musa had mentioned, but we will talk about that in a second. But of course, the result is Leon Slater is now the new X Division champion. So good for him. Being so young, and I think he's the youngest champion in TNA history. Youngest of that. All right. Congratulations to him, and like, but before you go on about what happened after the match, Moose mentioned, I think he had like an interview. I think it was could be earlier today or something like that. That what he's gonna do, he's gonna like just take time, somewhat take time off, and I guess he's gonna look at what's next for him. But that's the only time he I have. I was saying like Moose done it all. So oh, okay, Leon Slater did earn much respect. AJ Styles appeared. So it was rumored that he was live. I appreciate. Um, so yeah, AJ Styles, he made it just saying that he glad that Leon Slater like made history, and also saying good back to being in TNA and stuff like that. Although who knows if it's gonna be a one time thing, because they're saying if they decide what put name for Bound for Glory, which they did announce like the location of Bound for Glory is going to be. So we'll talk about. It sucks I did not see this match. with the Rascals as well. So don't know. Oh wow, this is a shock. Third time they've been able to what's going to retain. So yeah, shock. Um, but okay, it seems like the man gonna talk about to sorry, Bully Ray, also known as the Bubba Ray Dudley in the WWE. Tayo Da, and the people that's on Twitch as well. So appreciate it. So Bully Ray came out, congratulating the Hardys. Oh, they was a four-time TNA tag champ. Okay, so maybe yeah, it was one point they both was like on there at the same time. And win the tag titles. My bad. Um, so this is what's going to happen, and I know some of y'all pre-recorded already, reading it already. So it's going to be Team 3D versus the Hardys one more time. So I don't know, if the Hardys are going to have the title by then, but who knows? So yeah, one more time, Team 3D versus the Hardys at Bound for Glory. This year's Bound for Glory in October, which will be in Lauderdale, Massachusetts, and I think that's like a suburb of Boston. So that's interesting. So now we know, where Bound for Glory is going to be headed, and I think there's still things we still don't know about, the upcoming events for TNA, because I think they already mentioned about August pay per view. I think is it against all odds? No, I think they had that. Sorry, I think they had that in June. So I don't know what's next. So I know it's got to be mentioned, but I will talk about it. So oh wow. Okay, Tessa Blanchard ended up attacking Gia Miller, so that's probably why Santino threw her out, and Tessa Blanchard is suspended for actual torture. So she probably is just gonna be out for like a couple of weeks, and probably bring her back and whatever. So the main event. Now this match at least Joe Hendry, going against Trick Williams from NXT, which he's defending the TNA title. Also going against Mike Santana. So I thought Mike Santana was, actually was going to get the big one. It's like you already have, NXT star already have both, the knockouts champion and also the women's title from NXT. So I'm thinking, okay, somebody from TNA will finally, keep it, like actually get it. So I did went for Mike Santana. Just had a feeling. Sadly, Kazarian, interfered in the match. He was on commentating and ended up, screwing Joe Hendry because Joe Hendry did end up getting the pin, but like I said, Frank uh Frank Kazarian ended up interfering. Um, so yeah, Mike Santana ended up hitting this finishing move is around the block, although he hit that multiple times, but he finally hit it for the fourth time, and he was going to pin Trick, not Trick, but Joe Hendry, but of nowhere, it looked like he Joe Hendry from the 1, 2, 3. So shockingly, Trick Williams still retains the TNA title. So yeah, that happened, and at least the TNA president Carlos Silva was a fair man and ended up handing Trick Williams the title and put his hand up and stuff like that. But that theme, that entrance for Trick Williams was awesome. So I really liked it that because had like, so wow, no belts. So I'm looking for the next event that's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen in a couple of weeks from now. So while I'm doing that, and there's some people that don't understand, why this happened with like TNA stars no NXT stars end up having TNA gold. But if y'all don't understand the WWE and TNA partnership, but then again, as some people probably forgot that TNA was working with WWE for like years now with like small things that some of y'all probably don't even recognize, or some people that probably watched the on TNA product for years. Y'all probably knows the deals that they had done. So y'all probably already know. You know, TNA more. And plus, TNA, they got not TNA, but NXT got like a wide audience. Although, crazy thing is they a little bit more bigger than AEW when it comes, their shows. And ooh, although I should pay attention because the Brewers game just ended and Brewers won 6-0. So I'll watch the highlights of that later. And y'all check out that WFSO special on YouTube that I was talking about that I'm now on the fan what's it the fan board advisory for the Milwaukee Brewers. So they get to like hear ideas from us and stuff like what they think they need to work on. So I got that meeting on Thursday. There's probably things that I cannot say, but if there's things that I can say, I will let y'all know. But I know they're saying that there's gonna be things that we cannot say. So yeah, I'll keep y'all updated on that. Um, so their next PLE, I thought it would be 2 weeks, but it's actually three 3 weeks, I believe, from 3 weeks from Friday. Let's see. No, 4 weeks from on Friday. I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 weeks from this Friday. So it's Emergence. And that will be in Baltimore. So kind of like they stand on the East Coast. So no, interesting. And of course, oh, okay. They're gonna be live on September 4th for Impact in Minneapolis. Um, okay. Then okay, end of September is Victory Road will be in Canada, Edmonton. So that's that. And of course they did announce, Bound for Glory. It's gonna be like in October 12th. And rest of the dates has not been announced as of yet. So, after that, um, pay-per-view, what we is as for December, it's like they rarely will have like a December pay-per-view, but who knows? So, keep in mind and stuff like that. And I guess one thing before we go into like Buck stuff, um WWE this past Friday ended up mentioned 11 new dates for their fall lineup. well, I might say late summer and fall lineup. And although I heard about it first, like maybe like 10 minutes after it was announced that WWE Raw for the first time in 3 years will be back here in Milwaukee, September 8th. And pre-sale tickets go on sale Wednesday, and official tickets go on sale Friday. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do the pre-sale thing on Wednesday, and probably ask for. I do want to go to the Chicago show because they advertised at the Chicago show days before it's here on Raw. So yeah, SmackDown October 5th. Tickets will be on sale that same day. Um, like I said, I works out. Then if not, I'm going to like Friday off. And it's like mostly I get Mondays off anyway. So yeah. But anywho, so yeah, so going to those events of WWE because normally we have like a WWE event twice a year, and suddenly out of nowhere we get some news like in September for this month that WWE is going to be here September. So from the looks of it, either this going to be the only time that WWE will be in town, or they might do something special, like because Heat Wave is going to be late August in Lowell, Massachusetts. The same place that TNA is going to be in that for October. You have No Mercy in September for WWE for NXT. Then October, I know they have October PLE. Not November PLE, I don't think, but they will have a December one. So that will probably be deadline. So we don't know, when that's going. So of course, the venue that that's not completely done, and we don't. And rumor has it, it's supposed to be done, close to the end of the year, and now we got venue that it's going to be done in early 2026. So we really don't know what's going on, and like I wonder if they just say early 2026 just to save some time because things can happen. So maybe that's what they probably doing. Is just saying, oh, they're going to say for that event. So who knows? Okay, so moving on from like WWE and talk about a little bit of Buck stuff. Um, for people that are interested, the Milwaukee Bucks, they did complete 90%. I'll say complete. Although all the roster spots, are filled, but at the same time, some most of the performance from Andre Jackson Jr. was not, wasn't good, but it was like a. But who knows? And also, people ended up saying, trade Kyle Kuzma, trade Kyle Kuzma. Um, Not to bust anybody's balls, but Kyle Kuzma is not going anywhere unless they find like a trade partner that will actually will take him. So, hey, calm down, Mindy, get up here. Hey, get up here. Come on. Okay, you right here, Mindy over there. Go over there now. Leave her alone. Come on, up here. Ivy, leave her alone. Mindy, come on. Mindy, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. You right here. You stay. Hey, hey, calm down. Relax. Dogs, man. But yeah, it's like their roster spot right now is like pretty full. And I guess, I wouldn't say they fully admitted it, but they were trying to look for like trade options for like Kyle Kuzma. So he's gonna be with the team for the next 2 years. And plus people don't realize, the contract of his is like, it's 22.5 million this coming season. Then next season is gonna be 20 million. So it's going down. And I know, with the Damian Lillard situation, they got to pay him at least, 22.5 million for the next 5 years. And people fail to realize, although, some people were upset with it. In a way, I was at first, but, come to think about it, it's like Damian Lillard is not going to be playing most. I know y'all get, get to the point with this. So if they somehow, end up trading Kyle Kuzma for somebody, that can help them, because I know people thinking we're weak positions, which we're not. You got Kyle Kuzma that's like a combo of forward, which I think was like John Horst was thinking they should use Kyle Kuzma more at the power forward position than anything. But crazy drivers. But hopefully he worked out. Well, he did where it goes and go from there. So it's like a wait and see. Um, but anyway, we will talk about Buck stuff. More of it later on. But I will announce that starting next month, we will watch the highlights of the current team that we have now, the current players. You videos talk about each 18-man roster that we have. I already know I did like Mark Shears, but and the question with Ocho Markovich, like we don't know what's the situation going to be with that. It's like, are they going to sign him to an Exhibit 10 contract, or are they going to take him back overseas? Because like I said on the last video when they played the Heat, that last few games, like Markovich was showing out, and so does Tyler Smith has too. So it's pretty good as well. But we will do a video, for each player. Could give the Bucks a reunion they never expected. So you already know the story with Marcus Smart didn't buy out from the Wizards, which I thought they was going to actually was going to use him. And I think the Wizards, I wouldn't say they like completely tanking. I think the thing is they're just going to see, where their current roster goes. And I think they do have, since they let go of Marcus Smart, I think they got one more spot left if they want to sign somebody. So y'all kind of see this picture of Chris Middleton. So y'all probably get the idea of what they're talking about. So NBA's mid-season marketplace might deliver a homecoming Milwaukee fans never saw coming, but probably shouldn't want. What's they talking about? Chris Middleton. Okay, I would say this. That somehow, because I know like sometime around March of 2026, players can be, bought out and stuff like that. I think that's the deadline of that. Also the deadline, where players can sign, extensions, kind of like AJ Green, although he didn't sign an extension yet, or Bucks didn't offer him an extension. But just watch out for like AJ Green and that March 1st deadline for like signing extensions. I think the next off season, Giannis is due for an extension if he wants to. So that's a probability. But it's mainly saying so it seems like the Washington early season goal is crystal clear. Showcase Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum in hopes of flipping their expiring contracts for some value before the deadline. So if nobody don't go after these two for a trade, they might just end up, buying them out, at the, before, the extension deadline ends. So maybe I'm liking it because because why not? You can get him like on a cheap deal for the rest of the season, and like I say, he still got some value, but it'll just be good. You can have Chris Middleton off the bench, play off the bench. Like I said, I wouldn't have no problem, him being back, like oh yeah, I forgot, which is in February before the All Star break. The Wizards don't find, a trade factor. They probably would just buy both of them off. CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton. Pay them off for the rest of the season. And then, you got Middleton, that can come back to the rest of the season. And hopefully, he'll be smart enough if he want to stay with the Bucks, the off season, he'll take a cheaper deal because he is, because honestly, he's not worth the contract that he got. For their second. Also, Kyle Kuzma, if he's still there, he will have with the Los Angeles Lakers at the the yes and no with it, and he got to be okay off the bench as well. Bench already with we're going to be at with either he's going to start or he's going to be coming off the bench. You have man, you don't want to. Yeah, Chris Middleton at the small would use him as the backup. Would use like Chris Middleton, as you know that. Have Bobby Portis at the four, then have Jericho Sims at the five. So we saw, Jericho Sims got a good connection during late last season. That Kevin Porter Jr. shoot lives to Jericho Sims and all that stuff. You're like, dang, and they didn't even like play with each other like that at the moment, and it just ended up working. I think we depends on how they're going to set it up, with the starting lineup, which will probably won't have the official, start lineup until close to. And of course, once a month, they will release the NBA schedule. Probably, that same week they, release it. Like before that, they will release, the main times, like the first day of the season and some home games, for the first games of other team. Then, the Christmas games, Martin Luther King Day games, and I think there's a few other ones, some key matches that they're gonna like talk about too. So although, I'm glad that although the Bucks didn't start, the season this past season, only playing the first game of the season on the road against Philadelphia, which they did win, and home Detroit with a win on that one too. Um, like I said, I'm open to it. If y'all want to comment below what you think about Milton may be back with the Bucks half of the season. Just let me know what y'all think. Number Sunday came to 18.75 million. Ella Candy Launch. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Welcome to the live. Appreciate it. 109 million. So, 40 million. I think at that time they were break even, but after yeah. Um, with that second weekend takes the second frame for like running the DCU brand. Yeah. It's ahead of Zack Snyder. Sorry, Batman v Superman. Along the Sony's, I know what you did last summer in the third around 12.8 million. Um, yeah. So this is interesting. So we're going to see. Let's see. Oh, wait, despite inherent profit by Sony, I know what you did last summer. Okay, so their production cost was 18 million. Okay, so maybe promotion and stuff like that. They probably just did another maybe 18 million off of that. So so they had to get up to 36 million to break even, and after that, it'll make more profit. Like I said, me and the wife is going to go see it tomorrow, along with seeing Superman as well. Um, so yeah, it should be interesting. So Cinema Score gave it a C plus, the lowest in the series next to the 1997's original B minus of the sequel. Oh, the sequel was a B, and the first one was. We're going to see it, regardless. What and these scores Rotten Tomato stuff. So there's so 200 um 3.4 million and it's this is its third week for a total in the states 276.1 million. I don't know what the budget cost on that one, but who knows. I know of course we said it made 13 million this weekend, where I know you did last summer, and Smurfs made they made 11 million over the weekend. But we don't know what they did, worldwide. So, like I said, I know you did last summer, and the Smurfs, we don't know what they did worldwide. F1. Okay, it's that car movie. So like I said, don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, Leo and Stitch, still in theaters, and yeah, 418.1 million in the states. And the crazy thing is, it already hit a billion worldwide, and it's still like in theaters. So I do not plan on, but at the same time, I still want to see this too. But maybe I have opportunity to see it before theaters. And of course, round up number 10. Of course, 28 years later, which okay, they made 1.34 million in the states this weekend, and total of nearly 69 million in the fifth week. So they said they ended up going with a lower budget with the movie. I think it was like 25 million. They said they spent on 28 years later. So they already kind of double their money. So right now all they doing is just making profits. So okay so yeah, okay, nothing much to talk about on that one. So no comment on that one. Things around his neighborhood always happens, and just people being idiots. Just leave it at that. But anyways, and it's not even midnight. What more can you say about this area? So can't wait to move. So hopefully in November we will be moving away from this area and are you somewhere that's fireworks. Okay, never mind. Those are fireworks. It's like after the 4th of July and people still like popping fireworks. Just funny to me. But anyways, like I said, Fantastic Four is gonna be this well, the early screening this Thursday, and we're gonna end up seeing it on next Tuesday. So yeah, so the day after our son's birthday, which his birthday is the 28th. So he's gonna be 13, and I think I'm probably gonna wear my 13 jersey that day. And I don't know if the missus gonna wear her Brewers Maddie 13 number on that day as well. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna wear my 13 jersey that day. Um, but anyways, like I said, we will give like a movie review with I know what you did last summer tomorrow, and same thing next week with the Fantastic Four First Steps. Millis, welcome to the live. We appreciate it. Okay, guys, we do have one more topic to talk about, so let's exit out of there. And oh wow, okay, so okay, nearly 2 hours on both you not YouTube, but on Twitch and on my TikTok page. So yeah, almost 2 hours. But you guys that's watching on YouTube live, yeah, it's about an hour. So there is a few things I wanted to talk about with this. Before we go on, let me see if the journal sent me. Talk about that was not. Of course, the oh, so they already had that. Okay. Sorry, got to move the camera here. Now, okay. So they started their annual meeting yesterday, and I guess like they doing because normally they'll do like a 4-day weekend, like have it like on a Thursday, then and like the last day on a Sunday. So yeah, they doing it different this year. So kind of good. And of course, I know I got to do Sunday. I actually got to do the you know on excuse me, yeah, updates on the Deer District, all the other districts, Wisconsin Center District, and also Iron District, which just insane. But we will talk about that when you get to see the video. So okay, that'd probably be interesting. Let's see. Of course, it'd be a stream here Wednesday and Thursday. Easy enough, I work both days. So look out. So let's look at business. Journal Sentinel. I can scroll back up there and yeah, there's things here I want to talk about. First. Um, so bear with me here. So we're trying to get this done. Oh wow, it's almost midnight. A little after 11:30. So I'm going to quickly try to get this done, and so the rest of y'all probably can get some sleep. Especially y'all in the Central and East Coast. East Coast is probably like a little after 12:30. Um, okay, seafood restaurant planning for North Avenue. So we will talk about that and story from you know journal Sentinel out the way. Where's the arrow? Okay, that one. Oh, okay. So now I know where this location at. Oh, they got the Rockville. Wait a minute. Just south of Rockville. You know, behind the Bradley Coward. Oh yeah, yeah, that is. I guess they call it the Rockwell augmentation. And I think right there is that bar. So I don't know what's gonna be going on with that. If they're gonna actually end up doing like oh, it could be developed into a affordable apartment community. So that's good news. So yeah, the zoning change for Walker's Point site for 1335 South First Street in Milwaukee. Kind of like I wouldn't say not that close to the Bayview area, but like still in the Milwaukee's you know kind of like popular area, I would say. Um, okay, they seeking federal tax credits. Developers that obtain the tax credits using must set aside 85% of the apartments at below market rents for people earning no higher than mainly going to be a what they affordable housing, affordable housing I should say. So that's cool. Why not of course in nearby apartments that's on 100 East National and that's called the 140 unit East National Flats. That's going on, and of course the other one that's oh that's like very close to the Bayview area. I don't know if that's done, but not sure. But it's good. Like I said, we need more things like going on in Milwaukee. Like I know you're trying to get like That's the mayor's goal. They're trying to get to like a certain amount of people living in Milwaukee. The main goal over his is 1 million. I don't know where we at on that just yet, but it's like one of the things you just gonna be like wait and see before we move with the seafood restaurant thing that's gonna be on North Avenue. So might end up being, maybe close to the east side of that. That's just my guess. But sorry, I hate when that happens. Probably want to do that point on. I'm probably going to end up like dragging it to the bottom. Metro Milwaukee area ranked number 2 for region graduates seeking jobs, which is good news. Hmm, okay, that's something to talk about. So we'll get to that one. Anthem Field Development Study to be overseen by a DC-based firm. Okay, that's probably something that I'm talking about you guys. And, they're probably thinking like more because the American Family Field is getting like a lot of improvements and stuff, especially with trying to like have like more like concerts and stuff going on year round. And they're going after I think it's like after this off season they're going to start the winterization with the building. So it may end up being done by the start of the 2026 MLB season. Most likely they would probably would start having concerts and stuff like that right after the 2026 baseball season. Um, okay, just really okay. Okay, so okay, of course with the price increase and stuff like that. Let's see. Current events, businesses, and development essential to the site to the venue. I think some of this stuff I'm going to save for tomorrow, especially still be there and hurry this up. So I know all y'all, want to get some sleep and stuff like that. So let's get to the few stories that's on here from Urban Milwaukee. Yeah, I actually know where this at. 25th and North Avenue. Yeah, so seafood place. So that's interesting. Let's see. It has made steady progress on a long-held plan to redevelop the two-story building into residential apartments, a headquarters for nonprofit United Wisconsin, and a restaurant. So, yeah, it seems like it's coming along. With the first two phases complete, she is now turning her focus on the third thing, which is called Fishbone Seafood Restaurant, which will be open in the coming months. So that's good. Okay, as part of a California-based chain, will occupy 2,281 square feet on the building's first floor, specializing in fresh fish dishes and New Orleans-style cuisine. So that'd be interesting. Let's see, simple menu includes like red snapper, Cajun catfish fillet, I'm sorry, and poor boy sandwiches, along with sides like collard greens, coleslaw, and macaroni salad. With plans to open, so they're gonna open like at 7 a.m. It'll be serving breakfast as well. So let's see what else. Addition to all-day food service, this phone plans to offer alcoholic beverages and entertainment such as DJs and live music. So, huh, interesting. The restaurant has changed direction several times since its initial proposal, shifting from a wood fire pizza to Jamaican inspired concept. So I guess they're doing something different after that. So crazy enough. So wow, over 750,000 just to renovate the place. And now featuring two residential units reserved for pregnant people and single mothers, along with offices for United. Okay, interesting. So I guess I don't know for like people that and I just it's mainly for people like women that's struggling. So pregnant women and single mothers, with kids, that's a good thing. So earlier this summer, okay, for the restaurant has been approved. Um, oh yeah, as y'all you see the like final project right here, like how it looks. So we're gonna look at it as it was in 2019. So we're gonna look at the photos of that. So kind of see some of the stuff was kind of boarded up, and yeah, it seemed like it was a very long process. And of course, things get affected by COVID, just insane. So yeah, they really okay, illegal dumping that was happening in that area, and yeah, so they're very good, having like I'm glad something development like in the city, and I'm always gonna be supportive of that regardless. But I think it was something. There's two more things I wanted to talk about on here, so let me see if I can find it. So we did talk about that one. Okay, city systemically to redevelop state's third tallest building towards the first approval. Just gonna look at what building they talk about right quick. Oh, the East Tower. So yeah, that was something that we were gonna touch on. That was talked about on the Journal Sentinel. So I guess we can talk about it now. Okay, there's now a single tenant left. Others, including Bloomberg Mall offices and markets, have found new homes in downtown. So I'm gonna see where's their new location is at. So oh yeah, okay, yeah, they're moving their law firm to the 411 East Wisconsin Center. So that's good. I don't know if they did officially, move or oh yeah, they probably did officially move since they just mentioned that. They said Mark was the Marcus Corporation. Let's see, where are they at? Are they gonna be in the same building or okay, we know about that. Okay, we knew about that, and yeah, they really didn't say, where it, Marcus Corp moved to. If y'all her about, Marcus Theaters and things like that, and some of the hotels they own here in the city, 574-441. Welcome to the live. Um, appreciate it. Chrissy, and I appreciate if y'all like give me more likes on TikTok. It'd be more appreciated. And as I said, you guys that's watching on YouTube Live, please subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, you get 1,000 by the end of the year. We're probably going to end up, starting doing, giveaways or private packages and stuff. When we hit 1,000, then continue to do that even more. So please, guys, show your support. Um, was mainly just saying, that building got its first approval, which the city will have to provide 14.4 million plus interest from the new tax increment called the TIF to support, it going on. Well, I just thought, they was going to start, doing it this summer. or doing it by now because Wells Fargo was out of that building in June, well, last month I should say. The structure was constructed. Oh wow, so not that old. So in 1989. So that's interesting. Um, okay, the development team will be required to at least 75 of the 373 apartments to also making it or below the area media income. Wow, 77,000. That's crazy. No. So we'll range from 1,000, like nearly 2,000 for a studio, up to nearly 3,000 for a three-bedroom apartment. Those gonna look fancy, all, but come on. Because there are actually, some people that want to, get out of out of the areas they at and want to move downtown. Shoot, I want to move downtown. But, seems like, we ain't gonna get that last of luxury with stuff going on. So, oh, okay. So many, of course, Solomon Corwell Burns is leading the design, project design. So, and Stevens Construction will lead to an Oxland Group lead construction. So, wow. Yeah, so nearly 3 years that's going to be completed. Wow. So, so let's just say they end up starting like, cause they had nothing to do in the outside. It's gonna be the inside where they mostly gonna be working on. So it's gonna take them like under 3 years since the I don't know. I don't know. Just some things I guess that's just their estimate, but maybe it'll be done sooner than that. You never know. Their teeth deals and of course y'all see some of the photos how the it looks outside right now and how ideas that they want to look like inside. They got some like of course they're gonna have a fitness center, co-working spaces, let's see, a lounge area, of course lobby renderings they're gonna work on. Penthouse dining room. Oh, the people that will get like the penthouse suite or whatever. A pool lounge. First we just talk about the lounge, but is that like okay, kind of like probably some of how the apartment buildings will look. Oh, pet spa. That's pretty cool. That's a good idea. Okay, let's move on to that. We probably will talk about that more tomorrow. Just talk about what the Journal Sentinel was saying. Um, probably you guys that's going to see it, it will probably be later on today. Okay, let me go back to that in a second. Is there anything else I missed before I go to that other topic? Um, of course, I think I talked about it earlier that the library and the new library is opening in September, and I think they done half of that. The majority of it, those buildings like apartment buildings and stuff that they're doing that's connected to the library is like nearly done. Um. Okay, so all right, there really wasn't okay. Wasn't anything else to talk about? Of course, you all know that ship that that was like stuck in Milwaukee's lakefront. This well tomorrow morning, which will probably be for y'all that get to see this today. So yeah, in the morning it'll be for auction. But I'm just stunned, how why would people auction for it and like the person is oh excuse me, sorry guys, a little bit of panic attack, so I apologize. Okay, the condo plans. We'll talk about that. We already talked about this. So let's go with the development that would start with demolition. So the Haymarket development. So I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah, it's normally like nearby, the Deer District. So yeah, very point. They wanted to like build a hotel in that area too, but like it's been approved, but it hasn't been, I don't think it has been approved yet. I think they just haven't, start the groundwork on it just yet. So, okay, of course, the area is not the new home for the public museum, but that is reshaping the Haymarket neighborhood, which is good. The Illinois-based developer is planning to demolish the long vacant Bose Cleaners building. Oh, I didn't know that was a cleaning place. The host to redevelop the quarter arc site in M&S Warehouse LLC acquired the property earlier this year in February for 80,000. Huh? A premium on site of 28,700 would be the value of it. So sometime this summer they will demolish, the building. So the two-story structure has sat exposed to the elements for 6 years. Oh yeah, that's too long. Because of its past use and as a dry cleaning plant, it's also believed to be environment contaminated. Okay. They also presume the zoning change, but what's going to be That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's going to be the ideal thing that they want to do with that area? The zoning change reflects the site to the absorption into downtown since the demolition of the Park East Freeway and construction of Fire Reform and will allow like housing and wider variety of use on that property. So, okay. So, I guess one of the main thing will be housing. So that's one thing. So, it'll be mixed use development. So that's good. So our plans currently are to integrate all contamination and demolish the building, the property to the south of 1402, with Bel Artemis Avenue, which is 4th Street. Um, is a surface parking lot owned by affiliated American Family Insurance, which I think, yeah, because American Family Insurance wanted to use that building that they were talking about, but canceled his plans like 2 years ago, or God knows why. Okay, so I'm trying to see like what their plans are for the for that area. So let's see. Okay, we get the property tax that was paid in full, but okay, immediately north of the dry cleaning property is two-story building occupied by Christ Church Milwaukee. Congregation agreed to forego the property tax exemption as part of the tradition of resuming the zoning change in the property. So it was like they really didn't say much like what was going to happen, but I know like one part of the area was supposed to, they're supposed to focus on like do a hotel. Like I said, they're behind, and the amount of the cost of the hotel they wanted to do is not even that much, for them to start and get it done. But yeah, it's just right now it just leaves the questions like what are they going to do with this building? I guess for now it's just wait and see. So maybe apartments, maybe they'll do a hotel there too. Who knows? So yeah, we just know that it's going to be end up being like a mixed activity. So probably apartment buildings, hotels, maybe like I wouldn't say like a bar per se, but maybe like a restaurant or something like that. I guess right now it's just like a wait and see. So who knows? So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it from here. Thank you guys for the likes of on TikTok. Appreciate you guys. We probably will try to do more content for you guys on Twitch. For you guys, as y'all probably seen on, I think it was on Twitch, this past Saturday, that I did show like a live wrestling show, their main event on Twitch. So hope you guys get the opportunity to see that. So it should be still on there. You guys get opportunity because you know how TikTok, with their videos, they'll delete them in a week. So if y'all want to see, that main event match of a wrestling show I was at, go ahead and check it out on WFSO one on not TikTok but Twitch. So y'all get to see the match of its entirety and all that good stuff. So you get a chance, check it out. But I'm gonna end it here for you guys that's watching on Twitch. Um, Please follow us on here or let people know what we're doing with with live content and stuff like that. So we still gonna do like separate live content for that. So get a chance to check us out. And I'm gonna do one on Facebook eventually for the WFSO Radio Network. So that will be this Friday. With if I'm going to SCW. So gonna do match show a match there for Facebook. So you get a chance look for WFSO Radio Network on Facebook. Check us out. So I'm gonna end it here. Freaking off. Anyway, so I'm gonna end it from here and thank you guys, checking us out on Twitch. So have a good one. See, end that there. And after you guys on Twitch, like I said, I appreciate it. The next video will probably be from Twitch will be tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the talk about you know the I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. We will, do like a movie review on that one. That will be exclusively for like you guys on TikTok and also for you guys on YouTube. So get a chance, check it out. Um, yeah, I know I gotta hurry up and play this game before start this game before all that. So let's do that. And after you guys, like I said, on YouTube as well. So I'm gonna end it from here for for TikTok. So I hope y'all enjoyed, today's show and see you next time. So good night everybody. And after you guys that new achievement unlocked, 90 hours. Nice. So, and okay, so a lot of likes and a lot of viewers that was on there, so that's pretty good. So sucks that I gotta do this just to like get off of that. So okay, let me rest this phone. And you guys watching on YouTube live and also on YouTube pre-recorded. Like today's video, please give it a like, and I appreciate the likes that y'all did for me today. So it's really appreciated. Like I said, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So you already know what the deal is with that. So please support the channel. Without you guys, there would be no us. Also, we have over 2,800 videos and counting for YouTube. So one of the longest reigning YouTube channels. And a lot of content to watch, including some stuff that's been added on here. So guys get the opportunity, stay tuned and you know check it out. There may be some things y'all guys probably be interested in. Also check out the website wrestlefanspeakout.weebly.com. I did updated it, and guys, check it out. Upcoming events in the Midwest, meet and greets, wrestling, videos like this, and also other stuff for you guys, to check out, like photos, wrestling events, and also, photos of Bucks events we have. So we are going to end up taking more photos, at Bucks events. So, Check that out pretty soon. So, anyways, guys, thanks to our sponsors, Mike and Robin Thompson, and also Midwest Wrestling Collectible, which they doing a liquidation sale. So check them out on Facebook, and there may be some wrestling stuff that you may be interested in. So, get a chance to check it out. Man up, woman up, face up, check on your mental health. Until the next video, you guys have a good one, and see you later. Good night, everybody, or wherever you're watching on this pre-recorded episode. Have a good day. And if you guys watching live, see y'all later.